Now we have a second segment of today's session, which is a video message by Sri Swami Brahmavidananda Saraswati ji. And before we play that message, I would just give a short introduction of Swamiji. Swamiji is a traditional and contemporary teacher of Vedanta, and he is the founder of Asha Vidya Foundation, a non-profit trust to further the knowledge of Vedanta and organize activities aimed at for fulfilling social responsibilities. For the last 25 years, Swamiji has taught to different groups of people, students, seekers, youth, corporates, professionals, etc., and try to disseminate the Vedanta and its modern applications to as wide as possible. Formerly a marine engineer, Swamiji studied Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, Brahma Sutras, and other Vedantic texts under Puja Swami Dayanand Saraswati ji at Mumbai. And later he studied advanced Vedanta under Swami Taranandagiri and Swami Harihara Tirtha. So with this short introduction, we would now play his video message.
Om Sadashiva-Samarambham Shankaracharya-Madhyamam Asmadacharya-Paryantam Vande Guru-Paramparam. On Shankara Jayanti, what can we talk about Shankara? If at all in the Parampara that started with the Lord himself, and look at the whole chain of teachers, gurus and sishyas. Two names stand out. One is Vyasa, the Sutrakara, Bhagavan Veda Vyasa, the Sutrakara, the one who codified the Vedas, the one who integrated the Vedas, and the Sutrakara, the whole teaching of the Upanishad, how we summed it up, presented it in 555 sutras. After that, another name that comes up is Shankara Bhagavad Pada, Bhagavan Shankara himself, who is the Bhashyakara, the one who wrote the Bhashyas on the sutras, the Upanishads, the Gita, and hundreds of other works that have been attributed to him. So Vyasa we honor, Veda Vyasa, Bhagavan Vyasa, we honor on Guru Purnima. And Shankara Jayanti is a good day to pay respects to Bhagavan Shankara Bhagavad Pada. Now, volumes have been written about his work and his life. The roles that he played, even though predominantly, fundamentally, he was a sannyasi. The role that he played, even as a sannyasi. A lot can be said, a lot can be written. But today I want to focus on one thing. What is the one thing that we modern teachers and students take away from him? One thing. Because Shankara was predominantly an acharya, a teacher. And if you look at his times, he was traditional totally, at the same time contemporary. Now why do I say that? Because in his unfoldment of the Shastra, when he wrote the Bhashya, explaining the verses of the Upanishads, totally traditional, is eternal. The words that he used, the way he unfolded it, Adhyaro Vapava Ada Nyayena, perfect, traditional. At the same time, he was contemporary. Why? Because there will always be philosophies in the society which seem new and different. These will come, some which come from our universal experiences, I am the body, mind, etc., deho, hom, ityadi, which he negated, of course. And the Purva Pakshas, the argument that stand against Vedanta based upon different schools of thought, like what Shankara handled about Nyaya, Yoga, Sankhya, Bauddha, etc., Buddhism. These were the contemporary schools of thought at that time. And he showed the fallacies of their standpoints. He respected the gurus like Buddha. He had a great respect for. He called them Sugataha, Tathagataha, etc. In the Tarkapada, these are the terms he uses for Buddha. Sugataha, Tathagataha, Sushtugatam Jnanam Yasya, one whose knowledge is very beautiful. Tat Agatena Yena, one who has understood that reality. Therefore, he treats them with respect, but completely demolishes. With intellectual ruthlessness, he demolishes those schools of thought. At the same time, after doing the khandanam of all of them, he is compassionate enough to understand that some of those viewpoints and practices will help in adhikaritvam. Therefore, he does a mandana of that, takes back certain karmas, takes back certain aspects of yoga, so that one can become an adhikari for Vedanta. This is what a traditional and a contemporary teacher needs to do, which all of us have to learn from his life and works. In the name of being contemporary, I find a lot of modern teachers trying to make Vedanta scientific. Science is a Purva-paksha to Vedanta, not. And Vedanta is not scientific. One should not make that mistake. Why? Because science is basically a materialistic paradigm. Matter is a reality and consciousness is an evolute of matter. Whereas Upanishad and Shankara talk about it the other way around. What is there is Satyam Jnanam Anantam. From that, matter evolved. Panchikaranam, etc., elaborately. It's a paradigm, of course, showing that matter is an evolute of consciousness, whereas science is talking the other way around. And I find modern acharyas trying to make Vedanta scientific. How can that be? You're not learning from Shankara then. It's a contemporary thought. Yes, there are a lot of science which is definitely useful in life. Take that. There may be some scientific arguments which will help you explain Vedanta to the modern student. Use them, no problems. That's not an issue. Shankara's grand guru, Gaudapada, uses arguments from Buddhism. Not because he's a Buddhist, but if it helps him to explain Vedanta to the people of his times, fine. Shankara too did that. That's not an issue. But recognize that if you are traditional and contemporary, science is a Purva-paksha. Psychology is a Purva-paksha. There is a lot in Vedanta about psychology. True. Not in the main vision, but in the adhikaritvam part. Therefore, if psychology helps you become a better adhikari, please use it. That is Mandanam. But Vedanta is not about psychology. Do very clearly do the khandanam of that part. I think if there is one lesson that we modern teachers and students have to understand from Shankara, Bhagavad-pada, it is this: how to be traditional in your unfolding. That's eternally true. Those words that are used in the Upanishads, the methodology of explaining them, it's all traditional, no compromise made on that. Don't go by experience, etc., etc. Stick to the pramana and how the pramana reveals the truth. That is traditional. At the same time, become contemporary. Handle modern Purva-pakshas. This is the need for the hour. Whether you are a student of Vedanta or a teacher, even more so, one needs to understand this, that modern Purva-pakshas like science, etc., existentialism, psychology. All these standpoints, which are valid in their own point, but not for knowing the truth. Therefore, one has to learn to handle them, to dismiss them, to dismiss other schools of thought, other religious points of view also. As forms of worship, I will accept all religions. I have no issue with any religion. As long as they are willing to accept that all their religions are heaven-bound religions and not for moksha. Therefore, we can accept them as valid forms of worship, as valid ways of them having a connect, an emotional connect with Ishvara. Perfectly acceptable. I'll respect that. But the things that are pointed out, it's not the same. It's not what Vedanta is talking about. Those are seeds of Vedanta may be there in those religions. Like when Christ says, Father and I are the same. Or when God spoke to Moses and said, I am that I am. No problem. The seed is there, but there is no unfolding. The religion as a whole is heaven bound. So one has to recognize that and accept it without feeling upset about it, without hesitating, to be able to present it nicely, politely, respectfully. I think then we are really paying homage to Shankara by being both traditional and contemporary. There's a lot that can be said. A lot of these Purvapakshas can be handled, but that some other time, some other place. Okay. Om Tat Sat.
So, with this, we come to the conclusion of today's session, and I hope all of you enjoyed it. I'm sure a lot of you will take, many of you will take many lessons from this. So, please join us tomorrow morning again at 6 a.m. Indian Standard Time. We have two wonderful sessions planned for tomorrow. One is a talk on leadership lessons from Shankara by Professor P. Mahadevan, and another is a talk by Sri Andre Bas. So, see you all tomorrow morning. Thank you.